Hello everyone, my name's Rudkin and this is my first bike packing trip of 2023. I have a new bike, new tent, some new kit. I've got old kit to try out, fit it all together. It is mid-January, pretty stormy at the moment. We have high winds, lots of rain and near freezing conditions. I'll be lucky to find a clear weekend. Now I also plan to have a beach fire, but can I find sufficiently dry wood? On top of all the food, the warm clothes I plan to take, I also want to take my camera gear to make this vlog. And to make sure I remain dry whilst I set up my cameras and use my cameras, I also plan to take a tarp for the first time. While I have planned out how to use that tarp, can it stay on the ground given the high winds expected for the weekend? And also for the first time, another first, I will be doing this all solo. The one night out camp trip, hopefully under the stars, is being used as a test run to see if the kit I've prepared is sufficient and capable for future bike trips. Will I have to revise my packing list? Will I have strong enough tent pegs? This is also a test bike packing trip as a soloist to see if this bike can carry the gear to make it possible to do a bike packing rafting weekend. So that means I need to carry all the weekend camping gear, maybe 2 days. Then on top of that, carry additional gear necessary to paddle a bike across a loch in a raft safely. Now the rafting idea started in early 2022. I did a bikepacking rafting course mid 2022 with Backcountry Scott, followed by a couple of trial bike rafting trips in September, and they went very well. And then I broke my ankle in October, which I've now just recovered from, bringing it to this point in time, January 2023. My aim for 2023 is to do a series of bikepacking trips that are local to home. Now there's nothing wrong with going far and wide in beautiful Scotland, and we want to do more of that, both myself and my wife. But I want to also do this year, I want to also find local spots that can be ridden to quickly, stay over one night at opportunistic moments during the week, when we've got those really nice long, I would say summer evenings, but you know, from March onward we get long days. So let's see how it goes. It's January and what a lovely day. Getting away from civilization for the first time this year. And there is the bike packed out. I spent more time packing that than I will do this weekend actually putting up a tent and riding this bike. Let me show you what else I packed. With the new bike came new kit in addition to old kit to fit. New tent, new sleeping bag, cookware, etc, etc, etc. Strategically trying to place all this so it would keep the weight low, off my back and not overburden the steering, while also wanting to put stuff in groups so it could be unpacked, pulled out when appropriate, so minimising the unnecessary unpacking of stuff when I was trying to find items I had forgotten where I'd placed. I also wanted to make fire, so I needed wood, fire starters. Yes, to make this more interesting content for filming, I wanted to make a campfire. And also I just wanted to have a go. And there is the camera kit to film with. I needed to take my camera equipment, and for this I purchased a special Aero 11 litre waterproof cargo pod. This will help keep the weight low off my back while ensuring the camera gear remains dry. With that big zip to allow for easy access, I was thinking it would allow for me to choose cameras as I wanted out on the trail. All this meant I only need to put a change of clothes, waterproofs, along with water in my backpack. Ever since moving to Scotland, I've always loved this view. And every time I come up here, I stop here, look out across the reservoir and see what it has to offer. Been up here in snow, frost, summer, and it's still lovely every time. And I am in the Carron Valley forest. There is a trail, and I thought I'd take my bike along the blue kind of touching red, but it's just blue. and give my bike a shakedown. And already I've noticed a few problems. My seat post keeps slipping down, which is not bad. Nice safety feature. However, that means the saddlebag on the back then starts clipping the wheel on the rear. And I don't want to obviously do that too often. I put a hole in the bag. Very expensive mistake. And things are rattling around a bit, so I'm going to have to tighten up a few straps. Otherwise, everything else is holding together. Well, that was good, but I want some more coffee, so I'm gonna have to go off and wash this up now. Okay, so I have my coffee, time to go inside. It's cozy in here. Don't know how you're meant to turn around, and my sleeping bag opens up at the upper end. Well, it's not been raining, but these waterproofs certainly kept me windproof. You know, I still have to turn around in a moment. Probably need these to crawl out in the morning, because obviously the grass is going to be wet. Yeah, I've got spare clothes here. Phone is charging. You know, bike packing, you pack all this stuff and then you have to unpack it all, and then you lose it all, find it, then pack it again. I suppose you have to keep yourself busy at some point during the night. Right, let's test this sleeping bag out. I'm going to take my Enduro Perma trousers off, which have done a really good job, and see if this sleeping bag is as expected. There it is, trying to sneak away. I think I was meant to sleep up the other end. I think there's a slight tilt on this hill, and that was my original idea. But see, it's not going to happen. I'm not going to turn anything around right now. Well, good morning. It's about 7:45. It's still a bit dusk, but what surprised me is the wind. And we've got mist, so everything's a little bit damp, but it really is blowy. I've just been outside and checked the tarp, which wraps this tent, and I did lose one peg, so I'll have to go home and revise the peg. I'm going to hold this camera here, but now in the process of start packing up. I don't know if you can hear that wind rattling around. I expect you can on that microphone. Well, the weather hasn't got any better as the morning has moved on. It's now about 8:15. I've got most of the packing done. I put the bike in halfway into the tent, so I did half packing in the morning. So now I'm getting to the bit where I need to pack up the tent, and then I'll have a coffee. I would use the camera outside just to show you the weather, but I don't know how this camera would stand up to being out there. I don't want to get things too damp. It's not waterproof by any means, so I don't want to push my luck. Well, I was going to do a nice final ride-by shot, and this GoPro 10 and its battery does not like the day. It keeps shutting off after 15 to 20 seconds, which is not enough for me to get back on the bike, ride by. Oh well, there you go, GoPro issues. Oh, it's getting to 19, 21, 22. So that was the first bike packing trip of 2023, and I think it went pretty well. The preparation did work out. That tarp worked out really well, kept me dry and allowed me to set up the cameras, change batteries from defunct GoPro cameras with their batteries running out because they couldn't stand the cold. The ability to be out of the wind, cook. I will definitely be using that tarp in future. I will have to revise the tent pegs though, get some more hefty, heavy tent pegs. Just to make sure all four corners of the tarp stay in the ground. You didn't see there in the video, one tarp corner did unstrap itself and was flapping around. Another surprising element of that bike packing trip, having got there quite early doing the stint of running the bike around the trails, and I got to there about 3:30, and I thought it was going to be a long drawn out evening, but what with finding wood, cutting wood, setting up a fire, sitting by it, doing filming, again fixing cameras and doing the cooking, I went to bed about 10 o'clock, and that actually was relatively quick. I thought that was just going to be a long drawn out process. The night was hard work though. That was a long drawn out process. But overall, I enjoyed the weekend. I have come away with a few bits and pieces I need to have a look at. but I will certainly be doing more local bike packing trips. The bike worked flawlessly. I'm pretty sure I can carry a raft on top now, even under that heavy load that I was taking up to Carron Valley. So yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, then do hit that subscription button. Hit that like button too, and this tells YouTube you did like this. Be sure to turn on notifications. Keep safe, keep well, and I'll catch up with you guys next time.